a divided world meant, but we had no idea. I feel like today, now, at least in the last 75 years, I feel like we live in a country that's the most divided it has ever been, ever. And I want you to realize something. They want you that way. They want us that way, my friends. Think about it. When you're separated, you're more easily to control. Right? You've heard the old saying, divide and conquer. Let's keep all the people over here arguing amongst themselves while we just see this stuff done over here. It's the largest form of gaslighting I've ever seen in my existence, my friends. Pay attention! Wake up! The only way we're gonna have real change in our lives, in this country, in this world that we live in, is if we are gonna understand the power that we have when we come together as one, when we unite in one voice. One voice for change, one voice for good. The only way to do that is to focus on something you have in common first, because you're trained to always look for differences. Remember the programming? Erase it. Focus on what we have in common and build a foundation from there. All right? Because together, my friends, we can create the world and make the world we want for ourselves and the future. We've got to come together as one. We've got to unite, we've got to love, we've got to accept. We're going to have disagreements. We're not going to agree on everything. But if we come together as one, we can understand. We can understand. The only way is one, my friends. But I can assume that the shooter did not want to live. And I can probably assume that the shooter was probably filled with so much pain, felt so alone. And obviously was sick. And as we lift up these families, these children, these other victims tonight, in prayer, because prayer works. I don't care what you say. Prayer works. I'm only alive standing on this stage in front of you today because of prayer and because there is a God. That's the only reason. Don't tell me any different. But these children who are lost today, these others, and the shooter, I look at it as a form of suicide. Not for those who were shot, but the shooter. You know, as we keep that in our thoughts, we also, on the other chapter, on the other pendulum, 22 plus veterans take their lives every day. We have an epidemic. Suicide is on the rise. This murder than suicide is on the rise because people are hurting. People are in pain. They've lost touch with humanity and God. And I know right now, because I believe in humanity, that if there's anyone in this room tonight who's thinking these thoughts, that tomorrow doesn't look like an option that you want, that tonight doesn't look like an option you want, that you want to take your life, I guarantee you that if you looked at someone next to you in this room, they would wrap their arms around you and love you and say, it's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right, young lady. here for you. We've got to share, we've got to talk. We've got to be alert. We can't let those get lost before they figured out what life is for, what this life is for. So as we encompass all that in our minds and thoughts, this song was inspired by someone who took their life very young. Are you feeling me? Are you feeling this? Are you feeling us? You know, we've been so blessed with this next song. It's brought fathers to their sons, and fathers to their daughters, and mothers to their sons, and mothers to their daughters, and grandparents to their grandchildren. It's all about making the next generation better, not passing down generational curses, changing things about our upbringing and things in our mind that we don't want to pass forward. We want to stop it. We want to say it ends with us. You know what I mean? Everybody turn your cell phone light on, lift it up in the air, come on. Turn your cell phone light on, come on. We gotta leave the lights on for the next generation so they can find their way. Without photo, my friends.